How's it going, everyone? This is Trixx from Meta of Smash, and in this video we're going to be covering how to go off stage as Falco. So for a lot of you that have picked up this character, you may have noticed that Falco gets a lot of his kills by going off stage. However, unless you are an experienced player, you may not know which move to go for when you're going off stage, or why you would choose one move over another, why you would fair rather than dare, and so on. And so we're going to be going through quite a few examples, and hopefully I can paint a pretty good picture for you so the next time you go off stage, you're going off with a purpose. So one of the first things we're going to look at is when and where our opponent uses their double jump. If they use their double jump at a medium distance away from the stage, there's an extremely good chance that they're going to try and snap to the ledge at an angle, in which case we can do a runoff aerial to intercept them. When it comes to edgeguarding Ganondorf specifically, you are much better off using a multi-hit such as fair or nair because he has a command grab for an up special, and if you mistime your spike, there's a potential to get stage spiked or at least take damage. Notice in this next example that Ganon opts to recover much lower and closer to the stage, which gives us time to set up for a drop zone aerial. A drop zone aerial simply means to hang onto the ledge and anticipate our opponent's recovery so that when they use their up special, we intercept them with an aerial of our own in an attempt to get a stage spike or a gimp. If you notice that your opponent is constantly scaling the edge of the stage when they are recovering, this might be the option to try. This setup can also be useful for going for spikes, so depending on their percentage and how confident you are on your timing, you could land a dare and seal out the stock at pretty early percents. If you're fighting a character that has multiple options to either recover high or low, you may want to try and force a low recovery by shooting out lasers. The point of shooting lasers is to threaten to take away their double jump if they try and recover high. So even if you miss and force them to recover low, you have done your job. Notice that in this example, we shot lasers to get Luigi to recover low, and then we had time to set up for a drop zone fair. A major part of knowing which edge guard to go for is also knowing what your opponent's recovery looks like and where it's going to put them. So character knowledge is very important when it comes to going off stage and knowing where you want to go. So carrying on with that theme, if we see a wolf player use their double jump and put themselves at a medium height away from the stage, there is a very good chance that they are going to try and recover with side B. And a fun fact about edgeguarding wolf as Falco. Falco's nair will always beat wolf flash. You have no idea how many minds I've blown just by showing Falco mains this tech. I honestly couldn't tell you why this works, but I'm not complaining. When it comes to edgeguarding Fox, we're going to want to try and force him to recover low by shooting some lasers and then go for a spike. The reason why we want to go for a spike rather than a multi-hit move is because if he gets hit by a multi-hit move like fair or nair, he will get his side B back as well as his up B, so there's a very good chance that you will have to edgeguard him again. If you land a spike, it'll be over. Notice in this next example that Fox is going to be recovering quite close to the stage, and we didn't really have enough time to set up for a drop zone aerial, so instead we're going to go for a back air stage spike. Though this was techable, at around 120%, this move becomes untechable for most characters. In this next example, I just want to show you guys what not to do if you happen to force a recovery where your opponent is scaling the edge of the stage. So in this case, we shoot our laser and force him to recover low, which is good. And at this point, we see him recovering very close to the stage, but we opt to go for a spike. And notice that this angle is nowhere close to landing. It doesn't matter how many times you try and go for a spike when they recover that closer to the stage, it will never land. In this last example, I just want to show you how important it is to try and call out a double jump with your full hop lasers. Once again, like I said, even if you miss, but you force them to recover low, you will do your job. In this case, we did happen to land the first laser, and look at the angle that Fox has to take to try and recover. This is the golden ticket spike that you are looking for. And at this point, we land the spike at 56%, jump back out of the way so we do not get hit by his Firefox while recovering, and we take the stock at a very early percent. I just want to emphasize once again how important it is to know your opponent's recovery. Had we jumped off stage with a fair or a nair, we would have hit him completely sideways and given him back his side B, and potentially allowed him to get back to the stage before us and then edgeguard us and maybe even have lost a stock because we used the wrong aerial. So with that, that's going to be it for the video, but I do want to go over the main takeaways one more time. Number 1, pay attention to when they use their double jump and at which angle they are going to try and recover to the stage. Number 2, make sure to force a low recovery at all costs by shooting lasers. And number 3, be well aware of your opponent's recovery options and what they can do to try and make it back to the stage, and this will give you the best chance to put yourself in the right position to get the edge guard. Once again, this is Trixx from Meta of Smash saying thanks for watching the video.